Hello everyone. Today on Binky's Gaming Thoughts, I conclude the suit of cups with the court royals, which are the page, knight, queen, and king of cups. So the page of cups, the image for the page of cups is of Dorian with the companion quest when reconciled. For the Rider-Waite and miniature decks, it is also called the Page of Cups, and for the Greenwich Tower, it is called the Page of Chalices. In terms of significance, now, Dorian is not a minion of Corypheus to anyone. He does not follow Corypheus, but he is Tevinter. This suit is linked with Tevinter and with magic as well, and Dorian is a mage. The fact that it would be him when reconciled with his father is relevant for this suit, as one would share a drink or simply share with a friend and not with one with whom we are at odds. So the cup is symbolic to reconciliation. Share a cup. The card itself represents women aged 36 and younger, being dreamy, sensitive, beautiful, using one's talents, a practical use of skills, freedom-loving, nature-loving, empathy, deliberation, psychic ability, being passionate, high-minded, clairvoyant, gifted, mystical, etc. Dorian is a high-minded individual who shows compassion and empathy when he reconciles with his father. When reversed, the card represents being unforgiving, rigid, insensitivity, distractions, indiscretion, upset hopes and plans, superficial attractions, oppression, end of happiness, undoings, misunderstandings, etc. So let's have a look at the symbolism of the image of the card. A black snake coils itself around a horse, ready to bite at its victim's head. Yet he stands clad in white, eyes closed, trusting the divinity and power of the magic around and within him. For the serpent's open hood represents victory, the horse a symbol of freedom and wisdom. A dotted circle within a square extends itself by rays, representative of the union between magic and man, much like the hoops on his staff and the other symbols that accompany them depict the coming together of both the feminine and masculine, intuition and magic, and action and strength. Frills on his robes resemble the ocean waves, water, the rays of the sun, fire, the coiling snake that slithers on the earth, and the horse's mane flowing in the wind, air. All four elements brought together. Eyes upon his robes indicating how he now sees, understands. The contrast of black and white colors representative of the yin and yang symbol, and the coexistence of shadow and light. All right. What do we think this means for the future of Dorian? So magic is there to serve man, not rule over him. Yet his people ruled, but the solution is not slavery, it's coexistence. The union of magic and the non-magical, of the past and the future. And I believe Dorian can achieve that, or at least help. In terms of what I think this means for the future of Dragon Age, well, Tevinter caused much of the problems in the world. In Thedas, maybe Tevinter will find the solutions. Who knows? Knight of Cups. The image is of Samson. For the Rider-Waite in miniature decks, it is also called the Knight of Cups. And for the Greenwich Tower, it is called the Knight of Chalices. In terms of significance, so in the suit, we come across now the last of Corypheus's Red Lyrium minions. The most powerful of them, perhaps only as powerful as his armor allows him to be, which somehow doesn't corrupt him. Samson was also once a Templar knight. And since he's addicted to lyrium, no wonder he would serve one who offers him so much of it, even if it's blight-tainted. Regardless of the color, Samson would take any color lyrium. All the colors, let's blend them all together, you know? The card itself represents men aged 36 and older, sensitivity, emotional intelligence and sensitivity, emotional sensitivity, artistic direction, relaxation, fun, breakthroughs, romantic proposals, depth of character, religion, etc. Samson depicts the reversed aspects of this card, most notably evil and corruption and death. So let's have a look at when reversed. Flattery, insincerity, emotional blockage, false friend, roughness, deception, lack of grace, conniving, fraudulent schemes, atheism, ugliness, sabotage, refusal to change or let go, evil, corruption, and death. Let's have a look at the symbolism of the image of the card. Eyes glowing with contempt and malice, he stands brandishing a sword infused with the corrupted power of his master. The armor of the tall being standing at his right indicates it is this master, the Elder One. The red lyrium glows hot and angry, reflective of his own somber emotions. He sneers at the world, alert, his mind still mostly his own, ready to seek out the death of all who opposed him and his master or their cause. What do I think this means for Samson? Much like with Calpurnia, it doesn't matter whether he's still alive or not. He represents those who follow evil blindly. Their minds still their own and still following the path of corruption. So what do I think this means for the future of Dragon Age? What if we discover our character follows corruption? What is the extent of all the corruption in Thedas? Be it the Maker, the Rite of Tranquility, Elven history, anything. Would we have the power to change any of it or save Thedas if we discovered all the corruption? More uncovered hidden corruption to come in the next Dragon Age. Stay tuned. The Queen of Cups. The image is of Vivienne for the companion quest. For the Rider-Waite and miniature decks, it is also called the Queen of Cups, and for the Greenwich Tarot, it is called the Queen of Chalices. In terms of significance, alright, so Vivienne, she is not a minion, she's not following Corypheus, but powerful in magic, a mage. Vivienne's link to this suit for this situation of the companion quest makes sense. She does, after all, create a potion as a potential cure and uses a cup, a chalice. The card itself represents women aged 36 and older, warmth, empathy, motherliness, home and hearth, fairness, romantic loving, insightfulness, pregnancy, being a good confidant, trusting feelings, idealism, beauty, lightness, etc. That one, lightness. Vivienne always did strike me as light and motherly. Despite her authoritarian nature, she tends to the Inquisitor and shares what she believes is best for her or him. Yes, my dear. When reversed, the card represents shallowness, being self-centered, unreliable, coldness, moody, fatalistic, changeable, recrimination, antisocial feelings, poor health, being denied an ally, fears of motherhood and domestic responsibilities, etc. So let's have a look at the symbolism of the card itself. Dressed in a yellow gown, here representative of decay and sickness, she holds an upside-down chalice, symbolic of the emptiness and loss she feels for the death of her lover. The man in the bed lies stricken and old from the disease, black showing that death has taken him, though now he's with the light of the Maker. Her neck and the shape of her collar, with her skin standing out against the yellow, shape a spade, as with the tip of a spear, one that digs deep into the earth of grounded trees to the roots of magic that hold the world together. Her eyes closed in sadness, she cannot bear to look upon the darkness of the outside world, thus she faces the darkness within. So what do I think this means for the future of Vivienne? Well, here magic failed to save a life dear to her. And she has all these views about the circle and the chantry. She can shed light to the understandings of magic a bit. What do I think this means for the future of Dragon Age? Magic will not and cannot always save others. Thus, perhaps the darkness is inevitable in order to reach the light, and perhaps a blight will bring on the path to the paradise. Or more chaos will lead to more truths being uncovered. Dig up the truth. Big digs. The past and history and magic and more understanding and that sort of thing. King of Cups. The image is of Corypheus, none other than the man himself. Well, the Darkspawn himself. For the Rider-Waite and miniature decks, it is also called the King of Cups, and for the Green Witch Tarot, it is called the King of Chalices. So, okay, significance. It's the Red Lyrium King himself, the leader of all the Red Lyrium minions, the one who was a great Tevinter Magister, a leader perhaps for his country, the Ancient One. Behold, the Elder One, the one who aspired to be a god, the will that is Corypheus. The card itself represents men aged 36 and younger, being professional and reliable, understanding, friendly, charming, passionate, giving good advice, being tolerant, religious, sacrificing, generous, etc. Well, Corypheus is certainly religious and passionate. When reversed, the card represents zealousness. Oh yes, I recognize him now. Coldness, sly, insensitivity, being unjust, limited self-knowledge, poor social skills, being self-serving, a change of heart, abuse, death, materialism, obstructionism, etc. Yes, I definitely recognize Corypheus now. So let's have a look at the symbolism of the image of the card. Several lyrium-infused arms protrude from his corrupted body, one of which holds a goblet, ready to fill it up completely, perhaps already having it be too full. Within his body, shining like molten lava, lies the blight that began from his existence and the deeds he once committed. It burns through the ribcage of his skeletal and deformed body, the anger that fuels him in the eyes that saw the betrayals of those who once called themselves gods. He claims to know truth, therefore crosses his arms and closes himself to the world he wishes would obey him. Unemotional, other than his rage, he wishes to deceive and pass as a god himself, thus depicted by the turquoise hue of his skin. The white around him, gripping him, a reflection of his cold demeanor, and the emptiness in his heart, an emptiness that is now filled with the dark taint of blights. What do I think this means for the future of Corypheus? He's destroyed, but perhaps not dead. He could still exist in the Fade. And here's like a little theory of mine. What if he came face to face with the fear demon which he wanted to release unto Thedas? Would he join it and ensure the Warden or Hawk or Alistair are killed? Or would he learn something and help Hawk or the Warden or Alistair, only to ensure that the truth was known? Could the truth from the demon, the truth of the demon, be linked to what Corypheus has been saying about the Maker and the city? Will the demon try to recruit Corypheus? In any case, I think he still exists in the Fade. And that what he claims and has been claiming all throughout Inquisition will play a vital role in the next game, which is also what I predict what this card means for the future of Dragon Age. It's like an all-encompassing 2-in-1 kind of theory. And that's it, folks. This is it for the Dragon Age Inquisition Tarot Deck Analysis. Well, sort of. I have spreads coming up and a little something extra for the Dragon Age Inquisition Tarot Deck to take it a little step further. But for the analyses, this is it. This concludes the Suit of Cups, and this concludes the Minor Arcana, and this concludes the entire Dragon Age Inquisition Tarot Deck Analysis. So, but not the videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed my analyses. In the description below, I have the links to the decks I use and the transcripts, all my transcripts. I also have the links to the books I use to figure out what the cards actually represent, the books I referenced, which are The Path of the Fool by Michael Sarian and The Green Wedge Tarot by Anne Mora. Throughout the week, I'll be releasing the music from this video. So like this video if you like it, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, share the video with everyone you know. Everyone you know. Dragon Age fan or not. And I'll see you all soon. Masaranas. Be sure to check out some of my other stuff. Gaming, drinks, parodies, and some random silly stuff. You can also join in on the fun on Patreon for some exclusive content. Thanks for tuning in.